apartment makeover and apartment tour. If you don't know who I am, my name is Tiffany and I also go by Apple Cheeks. And I'm an illustrator, so usually my space, I try to make it as reflective of my creativity as much as possible to get myself motivated. And I also work from home. I'm self-employed, so I definitely very much need a space where I can feel very productive and also very happy in. I recently moved into this apartment about 2 months ago, and it's been a common thing for me to decorate wherever I'm living at the tail end of my lease. And so I want to change that because I would like to enjoy my space for a lot longer than a month or two before I move out again. I'm very grateful to be able to have this space thanks to everyone that watches my videos, supports my shop, and I'm very grateful for Castlery for sponsoring this video and for sending me so much furniture. I'll talk more about them later. Yeah, let's just get into the video. Let's just start. When I moved into my apartment, I already had a bunch of furniture and decor that I've collected throughout my years of adulting, but even then, most of my bigger pieces were all for my studio / office space, and I never really invested in living furniture, stuff for like comfort and not necessarily work. And I always felt like there wasn't a need for living furniture since I spent most of my time working and sleeping anyways, but after experiencing my ex-housemate's sofa and resting areas in my previous living situation, it completely changed the game for me, and I just really wanted a sofa after that. Also, I think it's better for when guests come over. In my first apartment, they used to sit on the floor, but we won't talk about that because now I have a sofa and they don't have to sit on the floor anymore. As I was looking into getting more furniture, Castlery actually reached out, and if you don't know who Castlery is, they're a modern furniture company that creates a story for every room in your home. They craft furniture that is timeless, using the highest quality raw materials to create pieces that are built for longevity and multi-purpose use. As it is a direct-to-consumer brand without middlemen, they are able to extend honest pricing and affordability to their customers. I just got the biggest package in the world. I was amazed by how similar their taste was to what I was going for, and out of the 4 pieces, the only ones I really had to assemble were the stools, and even then it was a very quick and easy process. Everything else came fully assembled and ready to be styled out of the box, which I really appreciated. Since I live alone, I have to do everything by myself, so this makes my life so much easier. This armchair honestly makes me feel so classy and so bougie. The fabric quality is just bizarre. It's like such a nice feeling fabric to sit on. You can catch me sitting here looking out the window, pondering life all day. When I first ordered the TV stand, I wasn't planning on using it as an actual TV stand. I just loved the way it looked, and it felt like a great plant stand for underneath my windows. And since it's a very long piece, I was able to use half of it for plants and half of it as a floor table for when I feel like journaling on the floor. Whoa, this is cute! So I thought the packages from last time were big. The piece I was most excited to receive was probably my sofa. I was so excited that I couldn't wait another couple of days to ask someone to come over and help me with it. I wonder if I'm able to do this by myself. This is a whole new level of being a strong, independent woman. Ah! Not that bad. Not bad at all. Since I didn't have a lot of muscles, I felt like the best way to handle the situation was to try to get it to be flipped right side up and then slowly hack away at the cardboard, taking it apart piece by piece until I can just slide it off of the bottom piece really easily. And this way I didn't have to carry anything heavy or like flip it on my own after it was out of the box. This is gonna be the best freaking couch. It's so deep. Oh my gosh. I love a deep couch. This couch is actually not that heavy. I still have another half. If you're like me, the first thing I think about when I think about sofas are afternoon naps. Now we're gonna add some final touch decorations. Most of my decorations were already up, but there are still some pieces that I wanted to add onto the walls. Oh man, I'm too short.
Don't hurt yourself, you can do it another time. You're gonna hurt yourself. Just don't do it. Hurt yourself.
Something I learned about from my years of interior decorating is that when you have a lot of small things, it ends up looking like clutter. So recently I've been trying really hard to balance out the small things in my apartment with some bigger decorative items. And I also feel like playing around with different heights of things also elevates the decorating. If you feel like all your decorations and stuff is all like lower to the floor, I recommend hanging a large painting a bit higher up on the wall, or maybe having a lamp or light hanging from the ceiling coming down, or maybe put up like a hanging plant or something. It definitely brings your eye upward instead of just having people focus on like the lower decorations. How do people like gracefully drape a blanket on their sofa? I might just fold it. This is annoying. I also recommend mixing your shapes. So if you have a lot of rectangular hard shapes, it's always nice to go in with something curvy or something round. Maybe break it up with some natural plants, natural shapes that just like grow in their own funky way. And also playing with textures is very important, so maybe have a mirror hanging somewhere for something reflective, or you can mix in something that's fluffy. Okay, so we're gonna do the tour now, and I'm really excited. So this is my front door, and to the right, I have a little like kind of like a jacket hanger situation going on, except it's full of tote bags and purses, a mask, a hat, just anything that can fit on there, stuff that I just grab when I need to just run out the door. And above that, I have a little illustration that I put in our frame. She's one of my favorite Taiwanese artists that I found when I went to Taiwan for the first time. And over here I have a little Tufted Flower by Piper Blue, aka Cat Creature, and I got this from her a while back, and it's still one of my favorite like wall art pieces. And once you turn around in the foyer, I have a little circle mirror that's hand macrame, a print by Sad Shrimp. I have some NYBK sunnies right here. They're these little pink ones, and I thought it just matched the print really well. I have a bunch of my go-to bags on this side and my keys. And down here I have my lovely shoes. There's not much to say, but can you tell I'm in like a warm color era? Also behind here is my washing room, but I'm not gonna show you too much, but it's very messy in there. We're not gonna explore that. And once you walk in, you pretty much see the rest of my apartment already. It's a very open layout, and that's kind of what I like about it, because I can see everything all in one go and everything's just like in front of me. right here is probably one of my like newest sections. Everything else in my apartment I already kind of had everything already, and I just had to like bring it in and decorate. But everything in this section I just decorated, so I'm like in love with this space right now. This is considered my living room because I'm using my actual living room area as my little like studio space, office space. This couch is by Castlery. This is my first ever couch, and I love couches. They're so comfortable. I take naps on this couch all the time, and I think it just like brings together the space a lot more than when this section was empty. And behind me I have this huge fan. I have been eyeing this for a while, but I only recently bought it. And I think like this combo of the white couch, the lamp, and then this, it just makes it look very like clean and fresh and feel good, you know? To the side of the couch, I have like this entire section full of cabinets. I didn't really know what to do on this countertop, so I put a plant light right here so that I can have plants all over my apartment. And I just got a lot of assortment of plants that I like, but they're not my favorites, so I like to put them in the background. I'm sorry. Please cover your ears, plants. And then I have a few paintings that I painted a while back that have no home, so they're over there right now, sitting with Honey and Donnie. And on the floor, I'm still using my gridded red IKEA rug from my first apartment. It's one of my favorite rugs, and I also feel like they don't sell it anymore. I got this on clearance. And the table that my dad built me, a little sake bottle that my ex-housemate gave me. And to the right of my couch, I have a lot of decoration here. This shelf right here is also built by my dad. I have these vintage tulips from Lee as a gift. I have little flower frogs that I bought from eBay. I also have like little antique frames that I have yet to fill, and a little ceramic skunk, as well as fake plants. This area is just so dark that I need a fake plant here for it to not die on me. And this is my Lee appreciation wall. I have a lot of postcards and prints from Lee, and they all match very well together, so I just thought I would put them all up here, and it matches this area very nicely. So this is my kitchen, and I'm not gonna go too in depth with this because I feel like there's not much to share, but these stools are also from Castlery, and they're very nice. They're comfortable for the butt, a lot of butt room on there, and they match like everything else in my apartment very well. And I have a flower frog right here that's full of flowers. I sometimes like to buy flowers, and my two good friends actually came over the other day, and that's kind of why I have flowers right now. I do want to show you this little part of my fridge though, because I just thought it was so cute. I recently put up a bunch of pictures that we took when we went to our trip to New York, and I don't usually have pictures of my friends or like anyone on my fridge, but after I put them up, I feel like it's so cute. Like I can just look at it and be like, oh my gosh, that was a good memory. And it makes me feel very whole and happy. And I like having the little reminders on my fridge to remind me that I have friends. I low-key think that this is like my most interesting side of my apartment because it has all my art stuff as well as like just all my favorite plants and all my favorite furnitures. And this space is mainly my studio and my video editing station. Since I don't have too many muscles, there are pieces of furniture in my apartment that I can't move by myself, especially this one big mid-century modern bookshelf that I got at a yard sale. The whole thing is just way too heavy. So when I first moved in, I literally told the mover like, oh yeah, I mean, you can just like put it over there and I'll deal with it later. He put it over here and it's been 2 months and I still haven't moved it anywhere else. And I just kind of like decorated around it because that's like the logical thing to do. Like when you can't move something, you just decorate around it. And then I have this easel that I have never painted on, but I also wanted to use it to display some of my like current pieces. So on this bookcase, I have a lot of pieces that my friends have gifted me. I have some like original pieces, some prints, and I bought some frames from the thrift shop, and I really like the thrift shops here because for some reason I find like the best frames here. I have a lot of sentimental things on here as well as my books and sketchbooks. And over here, this is my like painting and art making section of my apartment. This wall just has a lot of like different posters and originals from artists that I really like. I have my favorite anthurium here. She's doing all right. She's a little crispy at the bottom. This is an original by Panopy. And then I also have this little ceramic duck that Lee gave me recently. Over here, I have my IKEA trolley and it's full of like art materials that I have just collected throughout my life and the ones that I still use to make my art today. I got my table here as well as a little cutting mat. I have this really cute little cup by Meg. It just stores all of my little like commonly used pens and pencils and scissors and all that type of stuff. I have a ledge right here full of plants. This is my video editing station and just like in general, my rotting station. So over here, this little dresser thing, I got it on the side of the streets. It's kind of like a mid-modern dresser, but it's very like dinged up. I just accepted it the way that it is. There's nothing in there because I haven't cleaned out the inside. I found it with like a used Q-tip inside one of the drawers and I just kind of like kept it there. It's literally there as a plant stand, but I think it looks really cute and it matches my big bookshelf over there. This is like a little desk tour, but I keep most of my plants on here that I feel like need a lot more care and need a lot more attention because they're either like baby plants that I'm trying to grow big or they're just like higher maintenance plants. I also have some terrariums here as well. Got my microphone to record podcasts for my patrons, my iMac, a little deer from Lee that just sits here and watches me and makes sure I get work done. This is my favorite lamp that my boyfriend got me from Korea. I think her handle is like Your Rhythm on Instagram. I have a sad shrimp print framed, some Studio Meggie and like other various artists that I will tag below. A very outdated July calendar. My silver play button, thanks to all of you. I got some more artwork here. This is where I like to be when I'm relaxing and horizontal. Sometimes life is just a little hard and sometimes me just very tired, so me have to be horizontal. But yeah, I decorated the space to be very calm and relaxing. I really appreciate that I have this space to kind of unwind at the end of the day. I think this Monstera is about 4 years old. It's one of my biggest plants and I've just had it for so long, so it's pretty much my child at this point. I painted this terracotta pot when I did my first ever studio apartment makeover. This is from my other room makeover. I do way too many room makeovers within like such a short span of time. I just have a bunch of like knickknacks and things down here that I use sometimes, like my Switch that I have not touched in ages. I am a big fan of this IKEA cabinet that I painted to match my bedding. And it just ties everything together. Behind me is this Castlery boucle armchair, which I sometimes read on, and I have a little patchwork pillow that I made a while back underneath the windows. I have to take advantage of all the light that I can get from my plants, and they're sitting on a Castlery TV stand. I got this lamp from Facebook Marketplace from a daughter when her mother passed away. And then I also got this from Facebook Marketplace. This just really adds a lot more depth to the room. It felt incomplete, and I think this reflective piece right here just made the whole room a lot spicier and a lot nicer. I used this to screen print in college. I forgot what it was called, but it's pretty much like an overlay that you have to put over the screen. There's also a staghorn fern that I recently put into an orchids basket. And next to my bedroom, it's not as interesting here. This is pretty much my closet. It's a sliding closet that opens like that, and I just have a bunch of junk in there. Low-key was wondering like why they didn't utilize this space better, because I just feel like it's such a waste of space to have like a hallway versus like, imagine if they made this entire thing like a walk-in closet. I didn't really try too hard in decorating this area since no one really sees this area a lot. I'm still trying to find the perfect poster or framed piece to put right here. But yeah, that's my bathroom. Hello again. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's definitely a bigger change for me growth-wise, because I remember when I was in my first apartment and I was still trying to, I guess, like be more money conscious because I didn't have as much like income coming in, and I still had to pay off like student loans and all that stuff. I kind of feel like this apartment is my stepping stone into my second adulthood. It's like when I first moved out when I was 21, that was like the first step of me like growing up trying to figure things out. Castlery came at a great time when I was actually looking to purchase a couch, but I was still trying to look for an affordable option. So they came in clutch and gave me a couch, so I'm very grateful for that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please comment, like, and subscribe so I can keep doing this for you all and make fun content and draw a lot of artwork and do a lot of fun things. Also, shout out to my patrons for always being there for me and for supporting me for so long. I appreciate you. And there's an airplane. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye!